And so it's also in the month of April that I am talking with my therapist, actually. Don't judge. And she's like, he sounds like a really nice guy. He sounds pretty genuine and real considering it's been so many months and you're still talking. But he doesn't, like, if he really likes you, he needs to reach out. He needs to make a phone call. He needs to FaceTime you. He needs to come down, meet you. Like, he's old enough to drive. Like, he can do that. Um, and she's right. Like, she's right. He should have made more of an effort. One thing that y'all are going to think that I'm crazy, but his dad is really overbearing and controlling. So, it's true. His dad basically is forcing him to go into the military and making him abandon his dreams of being a vet because that's not what he wants. It is not my place to say how that makes me feel. Like, I'm just gonna, I don't like that. But, I have no control over that. And Adam doesn't want to do that, but what can you do? So there's that, and so it's the middle of the day. I'm at the mall with my mom, and I'm like texting him. I'm like, Ashton, you are going to call me tonight at 9 o'clock. I was like, there's no getting around it. You have to do this. Like, I'm not going to talk to you anymore if you don't do this, basically. And he was like, okay, I'll try my best. I'm like, I don't care what you got to do. You go for a hike. You go hide in a closet. I don't care what you have to do, but you're going to call me. And at this point, his father does know about me. His father's not thrilled about me because I am 2 years and 2 months younger than him. So his dad cannot know that I am talking to him. But it was never made clear that, like, he's not allowed to talk to me, like, at all. It was just, he's not a real big fan of that. It was just like, So 9 o'clock comes around, and he has not called, and I have tried calling him, and he did not answer. So I go off. I'm just like, you are fake and you don't love me, whatever. Like, we had this thing, okay, so this is a little off topic, but we had this thing where we would say, I'm gonna love you, because, like, we never met each other, but we had very strong feelings for each other, and it's like, can you love somebody that you haven't met? No. So that's what we would always say, and I was like, you always said that, but you never meant it, and all this stuff. And 10 o'clock rolls around, and I'm literally watching Nashville with my mom. It's a TV show, if you didn't know that. And he calls at 10 o'clock, and I'm like, oh my gosh, he's calling, oh my god. And my mom is like, answer the phone. And I'm like, I'm scared, I can't answer the phone. And she's like, answer the phone. And so I answered, and I was like, hi. And he was like, hey. And I was like, I'm hearing your voice for the first time. Like, it kind of made me a little emotional. And he was like, I'm hearing your voice for the first time. And so we talked for a good 30 minutes, and I was just like, oh my goodness, like, he has this cute country accent, and his voice is so deep, oh my goodness. And I was just like laying on my floor, like literally cracking up like an idiot, because I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, you have these strong emotional feelings for somebody, and this is the closest that you've ever been to them. And so it was just really special, and I learned a lot of cool things about him and stuff like that. So that was the best thing ever. So, my sheet fell, just so you guys know. So anyway, this was the magical phone call that Ashton and I had. I just deleted a video where I said his real name. I don't want to expose anybody here. So anyway, yeah, so we're talking like every day, and we are really like into each other, It's like, I really like you, and it's like, I really like you, and so we're just like, I don't know, like, in love, I guess you could say. I'm still just living life, I guess. And then one night he doesn't text me. And I mean, I was like, okay, that's fine. Like he can text me like tomorrow, like whatever. I did have kind of a strange feeling though, I remember. And the next morning I woke up and all my horse girls out there, it was Rolex or Land Rover or whatever they're calling it now. I'm very fortunate to live in Kentucky, so I was going to that. And I got a text from him, but I opened it up and it was actually a text from his father saying that Ashton is not allowed to have this application on his phone. He has informed me that you are at the time 15, and with him about to turn 18 in like 5 months. He didn't say that, but it was only 5 months. I don't think he needs this issue right now. I'm sorry for any trouble that my son has caused. And I'm just like, okay. I didn't respond for a while. That night I talked with my mom, and my mom's the best. She's so wise. And so she helped me come up with a message in response to that. Of course, he never saw it. It was very respectful and kind though, and so yeah. So what he failed to mention in that text is that Adam is in military school. So I talked to Jonathan and I talked to Lily, and I'm like, did you get this a text message? And they're like, yeah, except they left out the part about his age and stuff. They know, or he knows, that you and Adam are interested in each other. And I was like, okay. And I was like, I think that something has happened. Like, I think that maybe he has been sent to military school, because that was something that had been talked about between him and his dad, and with his dad wanting him to go into the military so badly, I thought that that could definitely be an option. So Jonathan and I are communicating, and he ends up going to Ashton's house and talking to his dad, and he had gone to military school, and they had a little chat about me, because I think that Jonathan brought it to Ashton's father's attention that I really did care about him and that I was a great person. And Jonathan said that he was under the impression that his dad was okay with us talking, but like not a relationship, like not a big deal sort of thing. That was the impression that he got. So like when Ashton comes back, that we are allowed to talk again. And so that was a really good thing for me to hear. But after I found out that he was gone, I was really upset, and I thought that I wasn't going to ever get to talk to him again before Jonathan talked to his dad. And so I needed something to put my time and my energy and my effort into, so I started writing. I wrote him letters. This book is like my child. It's full of letters that I have written him since April of 2018. This is hate mail that I have not sent. It's very thin. I got really mad sometimes and just needed to get that out. This is stuff that I have actually sent him. I'll get into that later. And then this is the stuff that I have not sent. As you can see, it's quite extensive. And then of course we have this whole entire composition book that keeps going and going and going, except it's blank back there. But anyway, I just wrote him a few letters during this time. And I mean, it was chill. So months go by and I'm just like, living life, whatever. He's at military school, and at this point I'm like, okay, we are going to be able to talk when he comes back. It's going to be fine. So June 1st rolls around, and I'm like, okay, he can be back any day now. Like, I got really excited, and then a few weeks passed, no word, and I text Jonathan, and actually Jonathan texted me, and he's like, okay, Ashton is home, and I'm like, great, like, what's the deal? And he's like, well, I saw him. Unfortunately, one of their friends had passed away in a car accident, and they saw each other at this funeral. And Jonathan said, quote unquote, Ashton said he will take care of you when he has the time. I'm like, okay, alright. I get that you're at a funeral and that's kind of depressing, but, you know, considering I have been nothing but loyal for the past 3 months while you were at military school and dealt with all the craziness that you have put me through, I mean, I feel like I deserve a little more than just that. So I text him and I'm like, so whenever you have the time to deal with me, okay, sounds good. So he texted me finally, Ashton did, and after I had gone off on him several times, he puts up with so much, like, I went off on him all the time. And he was like, he was basically saying, like, my dad is not gonna let us talk, like, I'm not even supposed to have this app, like Snapchat, and I really, really care about you, like, and I don't want to do this because I really have feelings for you, but I don't think that we can do this because I just don't think it's gonna work. And he was different in his tone, well, not that I heard his tone of voice, but just through text I could feel a difference in his personality, if that makes any sense, or makes me sound like I'm crazy. It's, I don't know. So at this point I didn't know what to do. I was like kind of crushed and heartbroken all at the same time. So I sent him the letter that I wrote. I have the letter right here, but I'm not going to read it as of now. If you guys would be interested in hearing some of these letters, let me know in the comments down below, and we can make a video out of that. So I sent him that, and he melted like butter. He was literally like, oh my goodness, like, you are the sweetest person I know, like, I can't believe you care about me that much, like, it was a really sweet moment. And so yeah, so he was all melty and stuff. And so now this is the fun part of the story. It is July, and I have a very, very good friend, well, she lives here where I live, but her grandparents own a house at, like, Cumberland, and so her family goes down there, like, all the time, and at this time I was going down with her a lot, and so the week of the 4th of July, I go down for, like, 4 days maybe and stay with them. And, you know, we got on the lake every day, and we're getting sun, and we're tubing, and we're just living life to the fullest, you know. And so we're down there, and, like, the first time we're down there, like, I kind of tell her about Ashton and everything that's happening. And ironically enough, she and Jonathan get each other's Snapchats and hit it off. Like, they were kind of, like, flirting, and he's like, she's, like, so cute. And she's like, yeah, he's, like, kind of cute, too. And so they had this little thing going on, and, me and Adam were just like, so we were talking, and we were trying to make a plan. I was talking to Adam a little bit during this time. He wasn't answering super consistently, but the first time I got a hold of him, he has 3 dogs, okay? He has Hank, the other one's name I do not remember. I'm sorry if you ever watch this. Did I say his name? Did I say his name? It's okay, alright, it's his name, okay? Okay, it's not like we're keeping any secrets here, it's fine. We're just gonna, okay, it's fine, we're just gonna forget all about this. So my friend, so he is at his aunt's because he has a dog named Hank, the other dog's name I do not remember, and a dog named Gracie. Guess where he got that name from? So anyway, we are texting, and he is living with his aunt because his dad gave his dogs away. Now this was a breaking point for me because my dogs are my babies, and I know that Adam's dogs are his world. Like, they are his children. He loves them more than life itself. Like, and then, so I was like, oh my goodness. And he's like, I just couldn't handle it anymore. Like, I left and I'm staying with my aunt right now. And so I'm gonna try and condense this because it's a really long story. Basically, we make a plan to meet in the middle of the night. And so what we do is we're texting John and trying to get in touch. Adam is in Corbin, Kentucky, and that is far away from where we are, which is like in Somerset, Kentucky, where he lives. And so John, who is Jonathan, we're just going to reveal everybody's name. I'm sorry if you guys do not like this and you see it, but you're probably not going to see it, so it's okay. So we're all communicating and trying to work this out, and it's just like so confusing. And so the last text we got was in that afternoon when John was on his way to go pick up Adam and come meet us. So we're like, okay, so the plan is on. So my dear friend Brooke that I'm staying with, we are in bed. It is early. The plan was to meet up around 12 at night, and so I'm a tired person. I need sleep. So I like gave her my chocolate, and I'm like, stay up, wake me up when it's time. So I got some good sleep, and next thing you know, she's waking me up and she's like, it's time, we gotta go. And so I'm like, all right, let's go. And so we creep down the stairs in our sock feet, and I stuck my flip-flops in my pants so it did not look suspicious if we were to get caught. And we opened the loudest door in the universe. It was terrifying. It was terrifying. And we snuck out. We got out successfully. We closed the door. It was all good. We walked on gravel in our bare feet to get to the lawn where we had to go up. We walked about a mile maybe in total. They weren't there. We waited for a little bit. We texted them. They weren't responding. So yeah. So we walked back and we snuck in and we went to bed. Okay, again, as I am editing this, I realize it is so long and I am so sorry, but I hope you are enjoying it. Please give this video a thumbs up. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And I will be getting back to you with a part 3 very soon. So, thank you. Bye.